My name is Elizabeth, and I've been a part of Harvest City for 13 years. I've been a part of International Friendship Regina for about 5 years now, so since my first year in university. IFR is one of our ministries here at Harvest City, but it's also a student club. And the heart of it is really just to meet international students where they're at. We host fun events once a month. The core of it is to reach international students, to be their friends, develop those friendships, and build equity with them so that when they're going through a hard time, when they're feeling lonely or upset, or they're even celebrating their successes here, we can be some of the people that they reach out to and are with. And it's through those moments that we have a chance to share the gospel and to be like Jesus and to be their friends and to share the love of God with them. It was at one of these events, it was our Thanksgiving event this past October, that I met Kate. She's an exchange student from Taiwan, and we hit it off really well. And that interaction led to about a dozen other hangouts. I could tell that she was curious about God and she was asking questions, and so I shared what I knew, talked about Jesus, and I could tell that she was receptive and wanting to know more. And that brought her to church. She came to church with me a couple of times and also attended the Young Adults Bible Study too. Kate's first Sunday with us was in November. From the worship to the message, she found it very relatable. I felt like it spoke right to her heart. The worship, she just could not stop crying throughout it. I was wondering what was happening to her. I think the Lord was leading her to himself for a long time now. Even from our very first few conversations, I could already tell that she was curious, wanting to know more. I could feel that there was more to this life, more to the nature around us. So that Sunday, when the message was over, we came to my house just to have some tea, get together, just sharing about the love of God and how much he sees her and loves her, knows her personally and wants the best for her, and just could tell how that was affecting her. After that experience, she was way more confident in sharing that Jesus was who she chose and this is who she wants to spend the rest of her life with. The next Bible study that we came to, almost right away, she shared with the people present that she gave her life to Jesus. She's excited to go home and share with her cousin, who's also a Christian, that she gave her life to Jesus. She started to see that it wasn't even just this semester that God was drawing her, but it was years before. Because like I mentioned, her cousin was a Christian, her best friend turned out to be a Christian, the host family that she was with for 3 weeks years ago in Canada were also Christians. There are just so many, you could call them coincidences, but now looking back, she can tell that these were all connection points that God was using to draw her closer, to get her to ask questions and to get her on the right track to him. And she is back in Taiwan now, so if you can remember her, if you think of her, pray for her. I know that for me, this was just a brief moment. Really, we knew each other for about 2 months. It was a sweet time. I gained a really precious friend through this experience. But no doubt, I was just a tiny, tiny piece on her journey. Other people that God had sent on her way, on her path, the professors that she's met here that talked about the Bible, this long process that I feel like a lot of us are in really all the time with the people that we love. It's so encouraging to see that God does save, he does rescue, he does speak, and he could do it at any moment, at any time, with anybody, any kind gesture. People are way more open than we think, and I'm so grateful to have been used by God in this way. So grateful for IFR for facilitating these connections, for the Bible studies that we have at church, for all these connection points that people have to meet, to greet, to love on each other, to ask questions. Everything just plays right into what God's already doing, and it's really cool.